We are in the 9th century AD Carcassonne, and its region were then in the hands of the Muslim king Balak, whose wife was a certain Lady Carcasse, following the Islamic invasions of the previous century. During these troubled times, Emperor Charlemagne planned to lay siege to Carcassonne and take the city. The Franks gathered their troops and set out with the firm intention of capturing the city. The Saracen king, informed of the arrival of the Frankish emperor, then set out to meet him with his men in order to put an end to the threat. A few hours were enough for Balak and his companions. The Franks were now in sight. Their decisive moment had arrived to conquer or perish in order to keep control of the city. The two armies took their positions before launching themselves against each other. The clash was brutal, but Balak and his warriors were soundly defeated and all perished in a terrible melee. Having not won, they perished. And so the city of Carcassonne was at the mercy of Charlemagne, now able to besiege it at will. That was without counting on King Balak's wife, Lady Carcasse, who did not lose heart and decided to intervene with firmness and determination. She managed to hold the city, now under siege, for 5 long years. Those harsh times for the city had caused a terrible famine, taking the lives of many of the city's defenders. The situation was becoming critical. But behind the city walls, lonely and weakened, Lady Carcas kept watch and devised a ruse.
In the absence of a sufficient number of defenders,
she set up straw dummies and fired crossbow bolts at the besieging army to make them believe there were still many defenders ready to fight. Still, Lady Carcasse and her subjects faced a harsher reality. In the city, there was nothing left to eat or drink, except for a little pig and a measure of wheat, not enough to meet the basic needs of the remaining population. Then Lady Carcasse had a new idea. She fed the poor pig with the remaining wheat. The inhabitants found the idea strange. Had she lost her mind? But they were not done being surprised. As the stuffed and staggering piglet tried to get away, Lady Carcasse grabbed the animal and threw it over the rampart. Madness, thought the villagers. When it hit the ground, the poor pig burst open, and from its torn belly escaped a stream of good grain. The Franks, having witnessed the strange spectacle, couldn't believe it. How was it possible? 5 years of siege, and now their enemies, apparently still numerous, were still able to feed the pigs and even get rid of them just to mock them. Charlemagne, being pragmatic, then chose to end the siege, which he felt had dragged on and was useless. The Franks broke camp. Victory for Lady Carcasse, who watched with a broad smile as the great Frankish army departed. But before they vanished, Lady Carcasse, triumphant, had the horns blown to recall the emperor. Having triumphed, she could now hope to keep the city under her responsibility while avoiding a new conflict and another inevitable military campaign by the Franks. As the horns of the city echoed, one of Charlemagne's companions turned to the emperor and said, "Lord Carcasse is sounding." Then the emperor, understanding the call, turned back and allowed Lady Carcasse to keep the city in exchange for her allegiance. And that's how the city became Carcassonne. That's how the city became Carcassonne.